The United Kingdom is in the midst of a leadership crisis, and the new Brexit Party is taking advantage of every opportunity to seize power. One America's Jack Posobiec sits down with a former advisor to Nigel Farage, who's up for the next UK Prime Minister position.
Excited to have here again global editor of Human Events, Raheem Kassam, to talk about the new special election that's going on in the UK. Tell me what's going on and break down the different players in this.
It's what we call a by-election, when a member of parliament either stands down or gets removed and the seat comes into play again. And the Brexit Party, Nigel Farage's new 8-week-old party, looks like it might win its first seat in the House of Commons. That's in the British Parliament. So going from a major victory in the European parliamentary elections to winning a special election would mean that Nigel Farage and his Brexit Party carry the big mo. They will take the momentum forward with them into the summer when, of course, the Conservative Party is choosing a new leader. They want a new Prime Minister with Theresa May standing down, and also into a potential general election either at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. When you think about how the Brexit Party has taken votes from the left and taken votes from the right, they'll beat the Conservative Party into probably about 5th place in this special election. And if they beat the Labour Party will become 2nd. But what it shows is that the public, not just because of Brexit, but predominantly because of Brexit, are sick of those two old major parties. And actually, I think coming at this from an American perspective, looking at it from here in the United States, it's quite interesting because we have over here as well these two legacy parties. You know, you have the Rhino GOP and you have the old stuffy Democrat Party. And Trump sort of ramroded through both of them, and that's what the Brexit Party is doing in the UK as well.
If they're able to win in the election, we haven't seen the votes yet, the polls yet, what does that mean going forward for the wider parliament?
Well, it means that they'll have one of 650 seats in the parliament, which is not a lot. The other part is it will give access to things like parliamentary resources that they get, researchers, money, research papers, all of that to the Brexit Party that it hasn't had before. You know, it's just a shoestring operation right now. It's running on just donations from ordinary people, and we don't have a big donation culture in the United Kingdom. If the Brexit Party wins and the Conservative Party gets pushed into 5th place, remember this is the party of government being pushed into 5th place in a special election, it will mean that all of the Conservative Party leadership contenders, who are all right now vying to become Prime Minister, will all try and run to the right. We'll all try and run to the Brexit Party and say, yeah, we're like them as well. So you'll get your Boris Johnsons and your Sajid Javids and your Priti Patels and your Dominic Raabs all trying to mimic the Brexit Party and its candidate Mike Green, who will be an MP.
So hopefully that means that Brexit might actually get put through.
This is Nigel's big test. The European elections were actually relatively easy. I mean, he won't say that. They were relatively easy in the sense that European parliamentary elections have always tended to be a bit of a protest vote, and Eurosceptic parties have tended to win the largest vote share at those. In special elections, it tends to be a lot more status quo ante in the way people vote. So if people are now voting completely against the status quo in a by-election, in a special election, then you know something's up.
Raheem Kassam, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your insights.
Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.